Mary Purnell, the angel Joe Dunn found in his golden years.
We'd been seeing each other for almost 2 years. It all started with... well... weekdays I start cleaning the gym at dawn, before my shift at the diner. Joey always came in early, just a little after I got there. He used to say it was the best time for the worst task of the day.
Oh, I know exactly what he meant. Did he help you clean?
No! Poor Joey. I would never have allowed that. He did more than enough. Would even clean on my days off. Paperwork. He just hated it. But that was just him. Instead of putting off the things he couldn't stand, he did them as soon as possible. One morning, he saw me crying. I was having a rough day and...
He tried to make you smile.
He pointed at the coffee machine. You need a cup of joe and some fresh air. That was the first of many cups on the rooftop.
Which is where Dunn seduced you.
That word is a bit too much, Mr. Blacksad. You might be too young to understand this, but real love has little to do with seduction. One day, we realized those rooftop coffees were the best part of our day, so we began to spend more time together.
But you never told anyone. Why did you keep it secret?
For Sonia's sake. She and Joey drifted apart after her mother's death. He was afraid that our relationship would only make matters worse. Until one day, on the rooftop, we realized just how serious our relationship was, and we decided to turn those moments into a lifetime.
So he asked you to marry him?
Yes, of course. He gave me the wedding ring, and we decided to tell the world. He said he needed to share that happiness with his little girl. Turns out, he wasn't that happy after all.
What about you? How did you feel about telling Sonia?
Maybe you already noticed, I have a slight cold. I really should be heading home.
Thanks for sharing all that with me. Take care.
I lost my scarf a while back, not sure where. And now, if you'll excuse me, that's my bus stop. A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Blacksad.
Right.
Megfázott. Nyilván ez is egy nyom lesz, úgyhogy legalább tudjuk, hogy a lányának nem nagyon akarták elárulni. Úgyhogy nem tudom, a lánya valamiért nekem gyanús. Aludjál még. Baszki. Felkeltem akkor is. Köcsög kecske. Hát nem. Na, megnézzük, hogy miket lehet még összekapcsolni. Hogy mik azok, amik mondjuk egymáshoz tartozhatnak. Elég sok van, bazdmeg. Na, jó, fasza. És azt most mivel kapcsolom össze? Na. Hát, öcsém, mi lehet? Nem, valami nem fasza. Ó, bazd meg, mennyi van még?
Dunn must have punched the can while he was arguing with Yale. I guess that explains why he threatened to call the fight off.
Aha. Jó, és ezzel most itt kezdünk. Hogy egy doboz festéket dobott a kukába. Ez az. Na jó. Keresünk még egy-két nyomot. Mert kettő összetartozik most itt, tehát hogy valamit ki tudnék találni még belőle. Most megint beszélünk ezzel a majommal, aki... Jaj, most nincs is itt, amúgy nem üti a... De itt van. Beszélünk vele. Ez mennyi. Rákérdezek el.
Not all folks are as open-minded as Dunn. I happen to know who painted the lockers. Arthur Tucker.
I knew it! I knew it was him, that bastard. I'm gonna whip the white out of him.
Do you remember anything else about Joe Dunn and Bobby Yale's argument?
No, not really, no. Only Joe yelling. If you do, I'll call off the fight and kick you out of the gym.
Jó, erről már igazából beszélt.
Did you know Joe Dunn had a gun in his safe?
No way, man. He hated firearms. Although... When Bobby Yale was a teenager, he went through a crazy phase. Even dropped out of the gym and joined the gang. Nothing serious. Early one morning, he broke in the gym. Joe was already here and caught him red-handed. Bobby pointed the gun at Dunn and ordered him to open the safe. So, Joe opened it and asked Bobby to put the gun aside, leave the gang and start boxing again. I got here 5 minutes later and found Bobby crying like a baby in Joe's arms. Then he just stood up and put on his gloves.
Jó, folytasd, barátom, az edzést. Valami új nyom itt esetleg. Új nyom? Mert hogy új nyom van itt esetleg. Hát nincs semmi. Jó, felmegyünk a lányához. Nem tudom, miért érzem úgy, hogy a lánya valamiért benne van a dologban.
I once shredded a bag like that, just out of pure rage.
Na megnézzük, hogy... Hát nincs vele semmilyen szempontból, nem tudunk... bemacskásodni.
I never asked about the gym's insurance.
That's exactly what I'm reading now. So far, it looks like your standard small business policy.
You see, I've got this friend. He's a journalist, and the thing is, well,
Elmondom neki.
he would like to interview you.
Why?
A woman running a boxing gym? That's quite the story.
And how did this friend of yours find out, exactly?
I'm pretty sure he saw the,
I don't even want to hear you. I just hope you prove your professional worth before the day is over.
There's something I never asked you about your father's will. Congratulations. You're one lucky lady.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
All right. Thanks.
Jó, kíváncsi voltam, mit mond erre. Nem lehet meg macska. Macska érzésekkel. Nem, mindegy. Ezt elmondhatom, ezt az anyás gyűrűt?
Did you and your father get along?
Let's just say our relationship got better when I left for Sunny University. An 8-hour drive from here.
Meaning?
I'll lay it out for you, Mr. Blacksad. My father, Joe Dunn, disappeared the day my mother died. He became a shell of himself. Joe Dunn, my legal guardian. A man who gave me food, shelter, clothing, and an education. And that's more than you need to know.
What's in those papers you're going through?
Red tape.
Great. If you find something, please let me know.
I thought you were the detective. You do your job, and I'll do mine.
Nehéz eset.
What can you tell me about Jake?
I thought you were friends. Guess I was wrong. He and my father were friends, so don't go down that road.
Mindent
Did you get
megkérdezek.
along with Bobby Yale?
Hát erre nem sok választ
Okay.
kaptam.
Forget it.
I wouldn't give a damn about him if it weren't for this stupid gym his stupid fight is supposed to save. Happy?
What do you think about Mary, the cleaning lady?
Can't say. I barely know her. And I'm not one who's quick to judge other people.
Hát még mindig nincs semmi. Na jó.
Thanks. That's it for now. I get it. You don't like me. But there's something you need to know.
I'm all ears.
Ó.
I'll grow on you. You'll see.
Duly noted, Mr. Blacksad.
Na. Nézzük a tetőt. Hát, ha van valami, de... nem úgy néz ki. Össze kéne rakni itt valamit. Na, az lejárt. Jó, kettő már megvan. Tehát. Nem. Hát... nézelődjünk tovább. Lehetséges, hogy ez az expanderes dolog a nyaka köré tekerték vajon, hogy az lehetséges? Ó, mi ez a kis könyv? Vagy mi volt az? Fű, de rossz az irány... nyitás ilyen szempontból. Jó. Ez nem könyv, ez a kis kártya, baszki. Most megint visszamegyek az étterembe. De hát ott meg előbb beszéltem a csajjal. Mert haza is ment.
I'd prefer a yellow Cadillac, but I can't complain.
Na, nem lehet ez az autó elmenni sehova. Hát akkor visszamegyünk az étterembe.
Just turned off the grill.
Ez az.
You all got about 25 seconds to order your last burger before it goes cold, you bastards!
Kedves.
Hey, if it isn't Miss, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm sorry too, because we ran out of sissy menus. Your dad and brothers ate them all. So, you got anything to say to Sam, little kitty?
Viszünk
I
a...
want a cheeseburger for a friend.
One
Catch
cheeseburger
Kenneth.
for your boyfriend. Coming right up. Come on, you bastards. Finish your meals and be gone. I'm closing in 5.
Felébresztjük a kecske barátunkat, és elvisszük neki, hát utána tudunk vele beszélni valamiről. Hát ez a kutya annyira nem szimpatizál velünk, én úgy
I
érzem.
have to admit, I was hoping to get something in return for that first hamburger. But now I don't really know why I brought this. The cynics would say I did it all out of selfishness. Just to feel better about myself.
Hát nem.
Who cares?
Na jó, hát akkor csak az lesz a megoldás, itt összekötünk valamit. Ugye tudjuk, hogy itt volt, ez a kettő összeillik. Ez... Nem. Ez? Nem hiszem. Most már mindent kipróbáltunk kb. Már egyszerűen nem illik össze egyik se. Pedig elvileg van rá opció, hogy működnie kell, ő működik valamelyik 2, 3 egymással. Felhívjuk a rendőrspanunkat. Ez nem lehet most. Na jó. Nem lehet benézni megint.
I don't know why. Something just doesn't add up.
Hát itt sehol semmi újság. Jó. Meg vagyok akadva egy cseppet. Jó, az étteremben már megpróbáltunk mindent. Ennél a nőnél megpróbáltunk mindent. A kecskénél megpróbáltunk mindent. Csak el kell mondanunk neki. Hát, ha az valahol vezet.
I think I know who had your mother's ring.
You do?
Mary Purnell. I think she was in love with your father.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ennyi?
Did you find anything interesting in those papers?
Jó,
No.
nem tud semmi
Investigation
jót
work takes time, as I'm sure
Megtarthattam
you
volna,
know.
ezek szerint nem értem sokat vele, hogy elmondtam. Nem kellett volna. Szóval ez se vezetett sehova. Össze-vissza kötök már mindent, de amúgy... Kihez tartoznak a lábnyomok edzőteremben? Ó. Na jó. Megakadtunk egy kicsit. Szóval ez a csaj se tud semmit, a boxoló csávó se tud semmit. Az étteremben egy kutya van, aki nem nagyon szeret minket. Kecske barátunk alszik. És semmi nyomot nem tudunk összekötni. Pedig biztos ott van a következő lépés. Ezt is kinyitottuk már. Ó, ez miért kötődik össze?
I'm much taller than Dunn, and I can barely reach the noose.
Ja.
There's no way Dunn hanged himself. Not on his own, at least.
Jó, megint tudunk nyomokat összekötni. Megint tudunk beszélni azzal a csávóval esetleg. Hát, ha van valami. Hát nem. Szóval nézzük tovább a nyomokat. Az miért volt ilyen nagyjal az előbb? Van valami izé? Lehet, hogy a boxról rakta fel oda? Aha.
Bobby Yale. I don't know if you had a motive to kill Dunn, but you certainly had the murder weapon.
Tudtam, hogy az expanderrel van valami cucc. És még mit tudunk itt összekötni? Akkor viszont a lábnyomok ide tartozhatnak. Az létezik? Nem.
Christ. Did Yale kill Dunn just because he wanted to call off the fight?
Aha. Aha. Jó. Haladtunk.
I always knew Bobby had issues. But I never thought he'd go that far.
Everything seems to point in that direction. I'm certain of it.
But he could have been framed, couldn't he?
Ilyenkor, mikor nincs duma, ilyenkor mi
In any
van?
case, that doesn't change a thing.
It does, actually. Now we know he didn't kill himself.
My father's still dead, and you still haven't found Bobby Yale.
Jó, már várjál.
Nothing has changed.
Olyan egyszerű.
Opening the safe and finding my father's will won't help us achieve anything. So please hurry. Time's wasting.
Jó, hát lehetséges, hogy egy csaj nem volt benne.
Sonia's indifference never ceased to amaze me. But most importantly, why was she
But you
suddenly defending Yale?
De most, hogy ezt mondja a macska, így van benne valami, hogy tényleg
John
a
Blacksad?
csajnak köze van hozzá.
I think I owe you an apology.
Ki maga? Fogalmam sincs
Do I
ki.
know you? I don't seem to remember your face.
Well, maybe you remember my boys. I'm so sorry they wrinkled your suit. The thing is,
Ja.
they didn't know we shared a common goal. Bobby Yale. I want to find him and get to the bottom of this as much as you do, Mr. Blacksad. So please, kindly accept my invitation. Why not share our findings? Come on.
Hát kíváncsi vagyok.
Of course. You don't mind me riding in this fancy car with a wrinkled suit, do you?
Oh, I think you look mighty dapper, Mr. Blacksad. Although, if those wrinkles were to rub off on me... I always play it nice and safe.
Jó, hát ha azt mondom, hogy nem ülök be, akkor ez a két csávot uti berak. Na és itt legalább új helyszín lesz. Remélem. Nem csak itt kell szaladgálni az utcán. Ja, csak az
Thank you,
autóban.
Blacksad. You won't regret this. So let's cut to the chase. I need Bobby Yale to fight Stone. There's just too much money at stake. So, I'm offering you my help to find Yale. Let's work together.
What kind of help do you need?
A simple exchange of information. You're a good detective, and I, well, let's just say I have my own ways of making people talk.
Elfogadom a segítséget. Meg akarom találni ezt a
Let's work
csávót.
together.
I thought you'd be hard to convince, that you'd appeal to the moral high ground or something. Please, hear me out. Let's say I bet a beer that we find Yale in 3 days, and you bet a beer that we don't. In 3 days, one of us has to buy the other a beer. Is that so bad? We're simply two grown men using our money and free will to conduct a small private exchange. And most importantly, we're not hurting anyone. So, yeah, I run a gambling business. What's so bad about that?
It's illegal for starters.
Illegal? Let me tell you what should be illegal. The way our government is ruining America. We live in a so-called free country. A place where honest people can make a living, provided they don't hurt anybody. We're not communists. Well, at least I'm not.
I would have never thought otherwise. As for me, I'm not either.
Ha! Well then, you see, we're all among friends. In any case, that's not my point. The government betrays our nation's values by passing communist laws that forbid an honest man like me to make a living without hurting a soul. And that, Mr. Blacksad, is just wrong. I'd even say it's unconstitutional. Do you get my point now?
Nem vitatkozok vele.
Gambling is also immoral.
Csak elmondom.
Did you hear anything I just said? Anyway, when the government passes these laws, there's only one legitimate weapon the people can wield. The same weapon that turned America into a great nation. Civil disobedience. So, as the proud American that I am, it's my duty to disobey.
Sure. But there's no room for your ways in civil disobedience.
My ways? Oh, I know what you're getting at. But what's past is past. I wasn't always a boss, you know. No, sir. I started at the bottom, when Lucky Blitzen ran the show. That good for nothing. His was a reign of terror, extortion, violence, you know, that sort of unpleasant thing. When I took over, I decided I'd make people want to do my bidding. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude. I decided to help people so they would help me.
That beating your thugs gave me was really helpful. Thank you so much.
Those poor bastards didn't even know you were a detective, that you were on our side.
Maybe at first. But when they tied me up and beat the socks off me, they knew very well who I was.
Seriously? That goes against my rules. Who was it?
Yeah, the two of them.
Bastards. But don't you worry. I'll have a talk with those two. I cannot tolerate this behavior. Please accept my apologies, Mr. Blacksad. As I said before, I like to help people so I can count on their gratitude. That applies to fellow partners like police or, in this case, a detective. I won't deny this business has its fair amount of violence, extortion, and casualties, but I'd rather leave that to my enemies. And you are not my enemy. And, it looks like we're here.
Yale's apartment?
I told you I'm on your side. Go ahead, search the place. I'll wait down here. When you're done, you can honor our arrangement and share your findings with me. Or not. It's your call, Mr. Blacksad. I'll make sure you're suitably compensated. Colbert! Wilson!
Jó, ide a lakásban megpróbáltunk már eljutni egyszer, csak ugye a két nagy csávó szétvert. Jól emlékszem, ez a lakás volt az. Na mindegy, körülnézünk.
The worst thing about O'Leary's boys dropping by isn't the beating, but the fact that I can't tell what's theirs and what's Yale's. Can't say this is the ideal drink for an athlete. Then again, it could be your classic bookie thug lunch.
Bobby seems like a nice kid, but I barely know him.
Ó, szóval hazudott neki? Aha, szóval ez a takarítónő, ez hazudott. Jó, ez kártya, ezt nem érdekel most.
Ugh. 17th century French fables. There must be one boring old lady.
Szoba.
Why would you want such a big closet for so few clothes? Unless you're a bachelor, that is. Copy 1 of 3. Do you know any of his relatives?
His father, Avenarius.
Avenarius? The boxer poet? Didn't he disappear 20 years ago? Nice chain.
Jó.
So, you like your mob stories, don't you, Bobby? Seems like Bobby inherited something more than boxing skills from his father, besides the tendency to vanish into thin air, of course.
Jó, a szobába körülnéztünk. Jöhet ez a helység, de először ezeket is megnézem, hát ha. Ezeket nem lehet megnézni. Ez a WC.
Judging by the general state of the apartment, they were leading a quiet life. Judging by the general state of the apartment, they were leading a quiet life.
Hát itt sok nyom, nem hiszem, hogy van. Ja, hát az ennyi volt. Valamit biztos nem néztünk még meg, a hűtőt.
A woman's fragrance. Almost angelical.
Ez viszont meg lehetséges, hogy a takarítónő lakásán. Aha, azaz. Mert hogy mi van? Szóval a takarítónő áll a csávó lakásán. Ezt akartam mondani. Oh.
That means she's been here recently, but why? What does Sweet Mary have to do with Yale, the murder suspect?
Ah, most már miért is kezd gyanús lenni?
I'm not sure how Yale's love of pickles will help me crack the case, but it's good to know.
Jó, hát... Ennyi. Jó, nincs mit összekötni. Hát távozok, szerintem mindent megnéztem. Mindent meg... tudtam.
When I left, I told O'Leary I hadn't found a thing. The minute I was alone, I left for Mary's. But before all that, I took a small parting gift for her.
Aha, most elvisszük a Maryhez a sálat, gondolom. Sálat, gondolom.
I've never trusted angels.
Mr. Blacksad? What a...
Surprise?
Mhm.
When they fall, they turn into demons.
Joey told me he was going to spend the afternoon painting the gym and that Bobby would be fixing something up on the roof. So, after I found the body and called the police, I went to Bobby's place, but he wasn't there.
So you knew that Yale was with Dunn when he died, and yet you told no one.
I guess I just forgot.
Huh.
Everything is so confusing. I'm sorry, Mr. Blacksad.
Don't be. I'm here to figure it all out. What's your relationship with Bobby Yale?
He was like a son to Joey, and we were about to get married, so, you know.
Okay, I think it's time to set things straight. I think you and Bobby Yale conspired to kill Dunn.
No! How can you even think of something like that?
How can you convince me otherwise? I found a picture at Yale's apartment. It's you and him on a roller coaster. Care to explain, Miss Purnell?
I'm not white, Mr. Blacksad.
What?
7 of my great-grandparents were white. The 8th was black. According to law, I'm a black citizen, even if my skin says the contrary. Do you know what that means when you're born in North Arlington, Alabama?
Segregated schools and a worse education for colored children.
We even have different water fountains, for God's sake. The separate but equal doctrine and all that.
That damn nonsense.
And all the lies. That's why I moved here. No one knows what color my great-grandparents were.
I'm black too, and I don't hide it.
Well, at least you're a man.
In any case, what's that have to do with Bobby Yale?
He's my nephew, Mr. Blacksad. Joe and I first started taking care of poor Bobby when my sister died. That was when he was almost 15.
Oh,
The 3 of us went on that trip to Luna Park.
So this is where Joe Dunn comes in.
Bobby was the only one who knew about me and Joey. We were afraid that someone would use my past to ruin his career.
It's not the first time I hear that story. I'm sorry I accused you so lightly.
Don't worry, I understand.
Megnézzük. Na.
Fresh out of the oven. The whole room smells like pie.
Jó, és ezt most miért a falra mutatja? Miért onnan kellett megállapítani?
Mary smells like... Actually, the whole room smells like a pie fresh out of the oven. So I can't identify any other fragrances.
Jó. Mit hallhatunk vajon?
TV and radio all in one. Where will these mad times lead us?
Jó.
About Sonia Dunn and the ring. Well, I told her about you and Joe Dunn. I had no choice.
And what did she say?
I don't think she took it too well, but she might come to understand it.
Maybe. But I'm not so sure you'll be able to keep my other secrets safe.
Your secret is safe with me.
I'd like to believe you.
That cherry pie smells so good. I'm starting to get hungry.
Thanks. I pulled it out of the oven right before you arrived. Oh, where are my manners? I'm the worst hostess in the world. Let me go get a knife from the kitchen.
Most, hogy elmondtam a titkát egy kicsit, most már nem bízik bennem annyira, nyilván.
And you must be thirsty.
Nem tudom, hogy ezt meg
Let
lehet
me see.
oldani.
OJ, coffee.
Uff, jó narancslét.
OJ is fine, thanks. She's wearing the same clothes in both pictures, so she's probably telling the truth.
Uh-huh.
That's some beautiful artwork you got there.
Ezek a macskák folyton esznek. Örökké esznek. Az igen.
About Sonia Dunn and the ring. I managed to hide the truth from her.
I appreciate it, but at the same time...
What?
No, nothing. Maybe she has a right to know.
I couldn't help but notice a queen-size bed in the room.
You what?
Sorry. I had to make sure Bobby Yale wasn't hiding in there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Joey bought this place. It was going to be our home after the wedding. I left my apartment and moved in so I could save some money.
If he had left his own apartment and moved in, you could have saved twice the money.
I'm no hooker, Mr. Blacksad.
Now that there's almost no pie left, the scent has also disappeared. Interesting. Now Mary smells like a huge dog. Mary, when are you going to stop lying? I know your nephew is here. I can smell him.
What? No. I already told you I don't know where he is.
Stop playing around and tell me. Where is he?
You can search the whole house if you want. Go ahead. He's not here.
Vagy most valamit nagyon rosszul csinálok, és meg fogom szívni. Olyan szempontból, hogy hülyének néz, és...
Wait a minute. She's not the one who smells like that.
Jó. Az lehet, hogy főnökétől jött át a kutya szag. Aha. Itt lesz valahol.
That's where Bobby Yale's scent is coming from. So, that's why you were sitting there.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Could you step aside so I can check, please?
Please go.
Mary, for Christ's sake, put that knife down, would you?
Leave or I'll...
You know I could take that knife from you if I wanted to, Mary.
I mean it.
I don't want to hurt you.
Leave her alone!
Bobby!
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Baszki. Miért nyomtam rosszat? Megint rosszat nyomom. Megint. Sikerül mindig az ellenkezőjét nyomni, nem hiszem el. Meghalt ez a csávó. Mi van vele?
Call an ambulance. Do as I say. Go on, call an ambulance. Do it now. In the face of a heart attack, there's two things you can't forget. One, stay calm. Two, 1 chest compression per second. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi.
Opa.
4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. 6 Mississippi. 7 Mississippi.
Bobby. Oh, Bobby.
Ezt nem egészen így kell amúgy, de... Ja.
Bobby. Bobby. Thank you.
I had lots of reasons to consider this a great day. I had investigated a suicide case. I had discovered that, in truth, we were dealing with a murder. I had found and captured the prime suspect. And I had saved a life. And yet, everything in me screamed that something was going wrong. Terribly wrong.
Promise me you won't take the law into your own hands. I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
I want a gun!
What the hell?
Bang, bang, bang!
A fair amount of violence, extortion, and casualties.
I hate detectives.
Bang, bang, bang!
That you, Smirnov?
You seem agitated.
Nos, egyébként azt gondolom, hogy ez egy nagyszerű befejezés volt a mai napra. Holnap ugyanekkor találkozunk, és ugyanezzel a játékkal folytatjuk a streamelést. Úgyhogy köszi annak, aki itt volt esetleg, YouTube csatornámat megtaláljátok, és Twitchen is vissza tudjátok nézni a videót, aki akarja. Úgyhogy köszönöm szépen, sziasztok!